for what we got going on, though, man. Because a lot of people come out and say the saying usually they are going at it. The saying usually goes keeping up with the Joneses. And in the early 90s, kind of like when we was talking about the 49ers, there was a lot of teams trying to keep up with the Joneses and just the way they did things on the football field. And then slowly but surely, as time goes and money goes and salary cap grows, other teams can learn how to keep up with you. And now you have a son that comes and flips that script and says, we're not here to reset the market. So we got to talk about how should the Joneses respond to Jared Goff receiving a 4-year, $212 million extension with $170 million guaranteed.
How much guaranteed?
170 mil.
Woo!
No Chelsea Clinton. But this keeps him in Detroit through 2028.
Money.
One perk that has to go with this. Why would you say that on air?
Huh?
Yeah, Diggs number 7. You'll go back and read the comment. But one of the perks that also came with this deal was that he got a no trade clause. I don't think a lot of people understood that, but I'm starting to notice this trend happen a lot in the NFL where players are starting to throw out that no trade clause. And Joe, I see you over there thinking, and I can name some quarterbacks that also got a no trade clause. A lot of people know about Dak.
Oh,
why you had to yawn when I say Dak?
I
know the time. I know. But Jalen Hurts has one also. Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. So this is starting to become a trend. So hey, GM, look out.
Why he got one? He don't need one. So go ahead.
You never know. You like y'all won't get rid of me. But I'm gonna answer this one. How should the Jones?
He should have one on my home. My bad.
Who?
I said the Chiefs should have one on my homes.
I can tell you why he got one. He said, "Hey, look, this deal y'all gave me from a little minute ago. Yeah, I think it was like team friendly in the front and then loaded in the back. Y'all not gonna screw me out of that."
Oh yeah, true that. Yeah.
I think that's also why. We know why Deshaun Watson got one, but Jalen Hurts asked for one too because his contract is the same way.
Oh, Jalen got one.
Yeah. A few quarterbacks got him. Josh Allen got one too, but you know why he got one too? Because he should have threw a no pick clause in his contract. But
relax,
I digress.
Violent right now.
I digress. All right, so let me go back to talking to Jerry and them right quick. So how should they respond to this deal? The way they're doing it now. Again, they waited too late. And like House Party 2, if you don't know, man, time waits for no man. And that's what's going on. They waiting too late. They want Dak to go out there and try to prove himself again. Yet after coming off a all-pro season, almost MVP type season. I mean, of course, the playoffs is the playoffs, but again, most of these quarterbacks are getting paid for their regular season, not just what they did in the playoffs as well. Because a few quarterbacks got some money, and I ain't never seen them in a playoff game. I mean, I ain't never seen them finish a season. Deshaun, but I'm just saying. So these quarterbacks are just getting paid. If you don't trust the kid, don't pay him. Don't look around and see what the league is doing and then start to get worried because at the end of the day, the price is only going to go up, up, and up. So they need to realize who's the main commodity on the team and what they want to do with that. And the main commodities to them right now is CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons. And you already know what Michael Parsons is going to bring. He just signed that deal with Bleacher Report that he's now like the vice president of the gridiron sector. So that's money in his pocket. He got the Adidas deal, so that's more money in his pocket. But when it comes to playing on the field, if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, what do you think is going to happen now? I mean, you seen Bosa get his check. You seen what's my boy name? Garrett. Myles Garrett got some money. But then they saying Michael could be played anywhere on the field. So that check is just going to be a blank check. CeeDee Lamb, if he has another season the way he did, from jumping from what people would say not even top 20 to he is. I mean, to actually play football, not just give him finish the deal out and play like he did last year. Of course, he's going to get more money. But again, if the Joneses want to sit on their hands and not reset the market and continue to say they like their guys, but not actually pay them to start the benchmark so someone else can oversee you, because that's all that's going to happen. Justin Jefferson is going to sign, and then CD's going to sign. That's 40. You're looking at 35 to 40 right there. Jared Goff just got his money, and a lot of people want me to come on here and bash Jared Goff, but I'm not going to do that because at the end of the day, Jared Goff did end up in a Super Bowl game. he did do something in Detroit that hasn't happened for a while. And some people will come on here and say that maybe the Detroit Lions was just a better team. He had a better team around him and they played better. But at the end of the day, the quarterback has to win you games. And I ain't seen Detroit win a few playoff games in almost about the same time frame that we were just talking about with the 49ers and their MVP. So Jared Goff earned it. Dak Prescott, if I'm you, play the season out and leave, man, because they playing with you. Now I'm going to leave the panel open. I'm going to just throw an alley-oop. I'm going to see who wants to go first.
I'll tag it first.
There you go. Look, everybody set up.
Y'all know, avid supporter of the Lions here. Shout out Jared Goff. Not gonna lie here, when they first made that trade, I was pissed for my mother, pissed for my grandfather, pissed for the city of Detroit. Love Maddie in Detroit. Wasn't that high on Jared Goff. Coming to Detroit, wasn't that high on Jared Goff, period. And he's proven me wrong, and I'm happy for it. He did his thing. He deserves this contract. He deserves the no trade clause as well. I know Joe's face is kind of crazy, but he deserves it. To Tomo's point, you haven't seen the Lions win multiple playoff games in a while. You haven't seen the Lions win multiple playoff games, period. The last time I think they won a playoff game was with Barry Sanders against, Tomo, the Cowboys. I think that was the last time they won a playoff game.
That's what I called the flag back.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead, continue.
All right, so it wasn't a shot. It's just the truth. They've been to the playoffs before, but they didn't win. Lost to the Cowboys, got screwed. They lost to the Saints, they kind of got blown out. And they lost to the Seahawks when Paul Richardson made such a great catch. He finessed the Commanders the next year to pay him. So they lost 3 times in the playoffs. It was happy to see, I had an AFC championship game. My mom had the NFC championship game right after me. Sucked. We both lost, and the Lions actually blew that game. Jared Goff should have been playing in his second Super Bowl, if we're being completely honest. But again, well-deserved. He is the focal point. He's the main reason why the offense looks as good as it does. Yes, they have a really good offensive line. Yes, they have 2 really good running backs. But without a quarterback putting the ball where it needs to be, it doesn't look as good. If you look when they lost to the Packers and the Bears, and I can't remember who else, Jared Goff didn't look so hot in those games. Yeah. And no. I'm talking about that stretch. It was a stretch. I think they lost to the Packers and then lost to the Bears right after.
And then at the end of the season.
Yeah. I don't think the Cowboys was a part of the stretch, but I know
they were.
I know they did lose in that game, but Jared Goff didn't look that good. He didn't look that good. The offense didn't look that good because of him. And when he got it back clicking, it looked good. It was firing all cylinders. So shout out to Goff. Money well deserved. But this is about Dak. If I'm the Joneses, I'm telling Dak, look, I know you're coming off an all-pro season, but you also did lose to a 7 seed as a 2 seed. You did throw 2 picks. I know one was a pick 6. I don't think the other one was a pick 6, but it had potential to be a pick 6. You also have not been to an NFC championship like Jared Goff, who just got paid. You also have not been a 2-time MVP like Lamar Jackson, who just got paid. You have, again, Jalen Hurts, who got paid, went to a Super Bowl. You have not done these things to get top dollar to reset the market. Do you deserve to get paid? I think he does deserve to get paid. But should he be looking for top dollar? No. And I think that's going to be the issue because I think Dak thinks he deserves top dollar while the Joneses are trying to tell him, like, look, you haven't done enough to earn top dollar. So if I'm the Joneses, I'm not paying him top dollar. Do I pay him? Yes. But am I paying him top dollar? Absolutely not.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, so that's a mean deal he got. I was just looking at his deal and was just looking at the numbers and like they got it's a lot of dead money in that contract and a lot of cap savings in the end of it too with it. So it's actually not a bad deal for the Lions. They still can go in there and keep a solid team around here with that deal. The problem with the Cowboys is that if they give Dak this type of deal, they won't be able to do the same. Right? And that's the problem. That's the problem they have there. So the biggest thing is that do I think Dak has played well enough to get a contract? The answer is yes. Do I think Dak has been successful enough to get a maxed out deal like some of these other guys are getting? Like Carl, the answer is no. The answer is no because in the end it hurts the team unless they do the Tom Brady thing. unless they do the Tom Brady thing that they were doing a lot with the Patriots, where he comes in there and I think Goff did it a few times where he go and convert where he goes in he goes in and he converts some of the money into a signing bonus to help them save cap room. That's the only way I can see them doing that. If they convince him to do things like that, get the money up front and have a lower deal so they have cap room to sign players. But if they give him the maxed out deal that he thinks he deserves, which he doesn't, they'll never win again because they're going to lose so many players trying to do that. And that's the problem. They won't be able to sign Parsons back to the same deal. Like, who are you going to do? You're going to lose. Lamb is going to go, and somebody's going to go. Somebody, a key piece that they need is going to go if you sign into that deal. The question is, what are they going to do? So what should the Joneses do? What the Joneses should do is stay quiet, let him play out the deal, sign him to whatever they're going to sign him to. Because the thing is like, if he hit the market, what team is going to pay him that money also? He's going to have to stay in Dallas anyway. No team is going to want to pay him that money anyway. So they actually have the upper hand in this deal, and Dak doesn't. And yeah, I think the Joneses have the upper hand in this situation, and they're playing their hand well. They're keeping that poker face up, and I think it's going to last for a while.
Yo, 5 years. Tay said Dak equals 5 years, $93 million in cash.
I don't even think that's like a receiver contract. That might not even be a receiver.
That's not even that.
That might not even be a receiver contract.
That's a 1998 contract.
That's a sports
tight end contract.
What is that? A cricket contract. You're talking about. So look, first I want to say this. I think the Cowboys are doing the right thing. I think they're handling the situation perfectly. Dak situation. But I don't understand why haven't they extend CD and Micah. I don't understand why they holding up on that. I don't get that because the price goes up. Now Dak, on the other hand, we know they're gonna keep CD. We know they're gonna keep Micah. We know that. But Dak, I know a lot of people say that Dak is better than Jared Goff. All right. But Dak had a great season. He was second MVP voting, right? Or was Josh Allen? It was Dak, right? It was Dak.
They say Dak was runner up, but I thought Josh Allen was the only one to get a first place vote.
Yeah, that's
but you gotta collect all the votes though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Mason was talking about. It's kind of weird.
That's crazy. How you get a first place vote? That's crazy.
Anyway, you know why? I'm not saying no one here.
Look, FJA said it at the same time.
Anyway, Dak Prescott. Well, it started with Jared Goff. Jared Goff in the playoffs. I believe Jared Goff was terrific in the playoffs this year. I'm talking about against the Rams. He was terrific. I think the play of the game against the Rams was when they went for it on fourth down, and he connected and got a touchdown. Like that was so key. They had to get that to win that game because Matthew Stafford was also having a great game. They were like, it was a throwing fest. Got injured, came back and everything. So Jared Goff balled out against the 49ers. Jared Goff balled out. He was not the reason why they lost. It was not one part of that game. When I look at that game and say with Jared Goff, we knew reason why. Drop passes and everything like that, and the defense. And against the Buccaneers, Jared Goff was on point. He had a great playoff run. Now Dak Prescott, come on now. We talking about the first game. We talking about first, huh?
You skipped the Bucks.
No, I said the Bucks. That's the last thing I said. I said the Bucks. I said the Buccaneers. He looked good. Now look, Dak Prescott. We all know. Against the Packers, the only 7th seed in NFL history to win a playoff game. I know it's only been 2 years, 3 years, something like that. But first one in NFL history to win a playoff game, and Dak was horrible. You look at the stats. What you talking about? He had like 5 yards. Come on, bro. I turned the game off at that point. When I turned the game off, he only had like 100 yards. And I looked at the stats in the game. I'm like, how you get 500? What happened? But Dak was not good. So Jerry is like, bro, if I'm going to break the bank and pay this dude this type of money, and he going to perform like that, what did Jerry Jones say? We go as far as Dak goes. And that's how far we went. He's not lying. If I'm Jerry, now. You got too much dip on your chip. Oh, I got just amount on my chip. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm like, you know what? Let's sit back one more year. and let's see what Dak does, because obviously we can get Dak probably the most money. All right, we're the home team. We can give him the most money. So if he's our guy, if he can get us farther than what we expect, because based on the past, then we will break the bank for this deal. But Tony, I gotta disagree with you. There is a team out there that will give Dak the money.
Ooh,
The Raiders. The
I'm
Raiders.
disagree.
no.
You say you disagree?
I don't think they're gonna pay him like that. No.
First of all, there are already reports saying that the Raiders are interested in Dak Prescott. Number two,
Maybe this year,
right,
but
there's
not like that, and they would not sign for the next deal.
There's no right price. You know how this goes. When you're the next one up, this is how much you're supposed to get paid. This is how it goes. The longer you wait to get a quarterback, and if you try to get a phrasing quarterback, you're gonna have to pay to do some money if he performs well. That is how it works. Now, if Dak has a down year, then yes, he won't get top dollar. But if Dak has another great regular season, then he's gonna have to get paid top dollars. I think he will. And then I heard reports that the freaking Giants want that Prescott. That's crazy.
You already know they reckless with money at quarterback.
You know what? For Worm's sake, let the Giants get Dak. Let the Giants get Dak. For Worm's sake. For all the Dak haters, they'll be like, Dak can't do it. Dak can't do this. And the next thing you know, we sitting up here being 4-12 for 5 years, and the Giants just keep making the playoffs and probably losing 1 or 2 games. They like, well, we in quarterback purgatory. Duh, because you let the one quarterback walk out the window. Like this team could draft quarterbacks or something. But anyway.
Hey, you know what? I agree with you, but there was a comment that they popped up in here, right? That I don't know if y'all paid attention to, but I think is right. Is a strong comment. He needs a strong running back.
Yeah.
And where they messed up at was not going after Derrick Henry. And that was the messed up thing. That's what did it. He would get paid. I guarantee he would have definitely got paid if they got Derrick Henry there, because it would give him the ability to not have to throw as much, to make some of the dumb mistakes that he made. When he had a running back, he had a running back that did something well, that played well. He didn't make these type of mistakes. Now that he's trying to do it on his own and he's throwing as much as he's throwing, all those mistakes are happening now.
Well,
he made mistakes.
Yeah,
he made mistakes.
I mean, I guess the good teams, and in the good teams, let's say that.
I would say last year,
yeah, I mean, he was right.
It was him or bust. Without the running back, and he was making great plays. It was just
not that ball out there. I ain't gonna lie.
Like last year, without a running back, I would say it was more so Kellen Moore, but let the Eagles deal with that. Now, I want to address 2 things. I just want to address 2 things, and we can move on. Tony, you were right. That was the initial plan that the Cowboys should have done, where they should have signed them early, and then they could have released some cap space, and they could have went out and signed players. That right there, when they didn't do that in the beginning of the offseason, that let a lot of people know that, all right, this might be his last year. About him not getting that money in free agency, how good did Kirk Cousins do last season?
He did good. He got hurt though. He played well.
And how much money did Kirk Cousins get?
But he got hurt though.
Dak's down year looks like Kirk's last year. So I'm just saying he can get the money.
Dak's down year was leading the league in picks.
Yeah, but
he still made the playoffs, and he still had touchdowns.
Y'all still made the playoffs.
He still made the playoffs. They don't care about the team when it comes to the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cooper Rush won like 4 games. Y'all made the playoffs.
He still made the playoffs. If Cooper Rush would have played the rest of that season, we would have been drafting Jaden Daniels or one of them. So I'm just saying.
Hey, chill out, Tom. That was a shot.
Hey, I had to get you back. Yeah. Anyway, look, one of those teams that Jared Goff balled out in the playoffs was the Bucks, and I seen another quarterback that got paid lose to that same team. So all I'm saying is these quarterbacks is getting all this money is losing to these teams in the playoffs. So Jared Goff earned that money. They definitely lost to the Bucks. He couldn't win that game. What happened to their quarterback? Who? I'm talking about the team that lost.
I mean, they already paid him. They stuck with him.
That's what he's saying. He's saying he saw him get paid and get folded by the Bucks.
Dang, the Chargers.
You know why everybody's saying this stuff about Jared Goff and why everybody feel that way about Jared Goff? Just because of how he played in the Super Bowl and against us. And but the thing is that Belichick has done that
playoff in general.
Exactly,
the playoffs and bad playoffs in general. But what I'm saying is it's particularly that game because but not too many. One rookie quarter, one real like rookie quarterback and stuff like that that's played well against the Belichick team. That was Cam. He's the only one that
He
did
wasn't a rookie.
that. Huh?
I don't think he was a rookie.
He was a young player. He was like second, third year. I don't know when it was, but he played well against us.
Jared Goff. You're talking about Jared Goff when they lost to the Pats. He was that was like his third or fourth year.
That was his third year, right? No, what I mean is like young quarterbacks like that haven't really played against that team like that. He does it to those teams all the time. Belichick confuses them and things like that happen. And then the following year, they had all them injuries in there where they try to blame it on him. But it was a lot of injuries during that season right there that caused them to have a down year when he got traded. Right, and it was like, oh, it's not happening. Everybody got healthy. Apparently, got healthy when Matthew Stafford got there. So Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback. It's just the fact that he just does everything so with so effortlessness that it doesn't give excitement to people when people see him play. You know,
Jared Goff definitely developed though.
I was about to say that, Joe. And this is my thing, right? So you can say hindsight now, he looked really good because he definitely does now. But like Joe said, develop 1. 2, that entire playoff run by Jared Goff was not good. So even though Belichick makes quarterbacks like confuse them and all that, the Cowboys don't confuse quarterbacks. No offense, I'm just going in order. The Cowboys don't really confuse quarterbacks like that. The Saints really don't do that like that. He had like 1 touchdown to like 3 picks or something like that. The entire playoff run.
Carl.
No,
Carl. Oh, because I said your name. The Cowboys didn't have to confuse the quarterback because the running backs were still running. They still running the day.
That's a fact. But hold on, I'm going somewhere with this, right? Also, what killed Jared Goff is he was a number 1 overall pick. He was picked number 1. So the fact that he didn't hit the ground running, he didn't look as good as people thought he was coming out that draft, really hurt him as well. So yes, he's developed now, but this wasn't Jared Goff all along. It just shows you that sometimes just because the number 1 pick don't hit the ground running, you don't give up on him. Just let him develop, because some quarterbacks, while they have the talent, need to develop. And just because they don't take over the league by year 3, don't mean they're trash or going to be trash.
Right.
They just need more time.
Hey, real quick, I know we got to move on. Tomo, I got a question. What's up with y'all looking good in the first round of playoffs sometimes and look horrible in the second round? Y'all look great against the Seahawks, bro. And then gets around.
Who won that game? Who won that game? Dak Prescott won that Seahawks game. That team was bad. Dak won that game. The reason why we look bad in the playoffs is because when you get to the second round, the talent definitely is better, but also they look at it like this. Can you stop the run? No, run the ball. Just gonna keep running it. Just keep running the ball. That's actually what happened in the Packers game. After they scored the touchdown, they said, bruh, y'all got a safety at the linebacker. Run the ball. Run the ball. That's just what's gonna happen.
All right.
But you know, I can sit on here all day and talk about
how you know who really won y'all that game? Zeke. Like I thought. Zeke had 26 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown.
You talking about in the Seahawks game?
Yeah.
That was the dynamic duo. You're right, because the big play that was needed on like 3rd and 16, Dak ran and got to the 1 yard line and then scored a touchdown. Come on now. I'm gonna defend my quarterbacks. Now, when Dak gone, I'm gonna have to do this for Trey.
I ain't saying Dak bad, but that's not 1 pick.
Hey, that touchdown was the game winner. If Jalen Hurts did it, y'all wouldn't be saying that.
But
he beat the Bills that way. That's how he beat the Bills. They was like, he's the greatest.
I mean, he did like 5 touchdowns against the Bills, though.
So, won the playoff game. Do it in the playoffs. He didn't do it against Baker.
Shake and bake.
Speaking of football, man, I'm glad football season is on its way back. We still got a lot of basketball to go, though. But the schedules came out yesterday in like true NBA fashion. Well, technically NBA fashion, how the NFL is trying to take over everything now. They got their media. I can't even say trying. They taking it over. They got Christmas now. They got Christmas on Netflix.
Yeah, they took over.
We got football on Netflix.
Yeah.
But anyway, schedules drop, and every single team is trying to keep up with the Chargers at this point. I'm gonna say, man, look, from the Falcons with the NFL street flip to the Titans bringing back that girl that points out to the logos with the fans saying, "Do they even have teams?" Talking about the Texans, that is. To the Cowboys trying to keep up with the media. I mean, with the FaceTime challenge. You know, Jerry definitely went all in this season. He went all in and picking up the phone because he got every famous person he could for each one of those teams. And Kellen Moore called that play. We got to talk about